Not I'm a super baller here, back again for the latest breakdown. Lakers win in Salt Lake City, 105-104. This is December 1st, 2024. Before I get started, I'd like to give a shout out to Little Brother 94. He gave me my first comment on my channel. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you, man. You gave me a big boost of energy. Got me even more excited than I already was. Salute. Okay, so the Lakers, I guess you would call it an escape, although they pretty much controlled the game. Not by a wide margin, but they controlled the game all the way through. My first observation, what I was looking for, going back to the last video, is I was looking to see if LeBron made any passes leaving his feet. So I didn't see any. He kind of had one. I think it was late, or was it? It was early in the second half. He was pushing the ball on the break, and he kind of he saw a pass to the right corner, but somebody was in the passing lane a little bit, so he tried to pull it back. The ball came loose. Other than that, beautiful floor game from LeBron. I mean, just beautiful. He just controlled the game. I mean, 14 assists, beautiful floor game. If you take a look, the Lakers only had 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers for the whole game. That's got to be, I mean, it's only 5, so it's got to be one of the lowest turnover totals probably in Laker history. I'm not saying it's the lowest, but it's got to be somewhere in there. You know, probably top 10 lowest. I don't want to start making up facts like that, but I mean, 5 turnovers, unbelievable for the Lakers. Max Christie was much more physical this game. Of course, you know, you can't, I mean, he has a long way to go, of course, but he was a lot more physical. He probably could have gotten a few fouls called on him. He was in there throwing elbows, getting up in people a little bit. And, you know, of course, you don't want to shoot your whole load. I mean, this is what, game 20? You gotta keep stuff in your back pocket. You gotta, you know, hold things back, whatever like that. But Max was a lot more physical. I was very impressed with that, and he was aggressive. He started going to the hole. He had a little butter roll in there, crashing boards. I mean, he was just throwing his body around. And what I liked the most is he just kind of had this look on his face, like, let's go, let's get it, man, let's mix it up. What you guys want to do, you know? I'm trying to come up with a nickname for him. I was thinking like K-Dub for, you know, like an acronym for Kobe Woods in reference to, I mean, he's like a mix between Tiger Woods and Kobe Bryant. Don't get mad at me. I'm not trying to say he's Kobe yet. I got plans for Big Max. The one thing about Max that I observed is he kind of, like when he plays defense or whatever he's doing, he'll give that initial resistance. And after he gives that initial resistance, it's kind of like the play is over. And then he just kind of stands and, you know, it's kind of like what you do in practice. You know, in practice, you'll be working on something and you'll go through a little play or whatever like that, and then the coach will hit the whistle, and then you just stop, and then it's like, okay, next group type of thing. That's how he does from time to time. He did it at least twice tonight that I just noticed specifically. There's the initial action, he's in there chest bumping, all that stuff, and then after the ball leaves the offensive player's hand, he just kind of stands and looks around. What would be much preferred is you don't stop until you get the ball back, period. Whether it's a rebound, steal. I mean, when you have the ball, then you can stand up and look around, and maybe not even then. But other than that, Max was, he was so much more aggressive. It was wonderful to watch. Dalton had, we want Dalton to be Glenn Rice like yesterday. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. It's game 20 of his rookie year. He wasn't great tonight. He's another one that I have, like a list of stuff. But like I said, you don't want to shoot your wad. You want to let him get out there and feel around a little bit, make mistakes. You want him to be guarded. You want him to feel defense. You want him to see looks. He lit the Jazz up the last time, tied a rookie record for three-pointers, all that stuff. And you already know they're like, you're not getting that today, player. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So, but it's good that, you just can't sit out there and take pot shots game after game, because you need to see what other teams are going to come at you with. If you're going to sit out there for 82 games and sit out there and pot shot people, really, I don't want to see it. If the game has come to that where you just let a guy pot shot for 82 games, then it's not real basketball. Nobody's paying attention. What's the point, So Dalton, a little struggle. Rui, I guess late second half, he started to defend and rebound, and he was, I don't want to say aggressive, but he was assertive with his shot. He's one of the top three-point shooters in the NBA this season. And he started shooting like he was. He's been a little passive for most of the game. Thing about Rui, well, of course, I explained last video what I call fuddy-duddy activity, and he was a major culprit in that. He didn't do it this game. Rui has hops. He's basically a power forward, or at least he's built like one, and he has hops. He should be in there just snapping boards like nobody's business, snapping boards. Just, going there reckless, wide shoulders, quick jumper too. He should be, he could be. I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but he could be in there just going crazy. And, like I said, he started getting, tonight, towards the end of the game, he started being assertive. That's what you want from Rui. AD, they gave him the ball. That's all you got to do with AD is give him the ball, and let him do his thing. Nobody gets him great shots better than LeBron. Bron just knows all the angles. He knows how to set it up. He knows how to set it up even when he doesn't have the ball. Shift it around. He sees the matchup. He's just lightning quick with that stuff, processing. And AD got it. His shot was pure. He didn't get three happy. He went to work, and he didn't even really break a sweat. You know, he didn't. He had Big Kessler down there on him, but you know he didn't. You know, there's a few games where he does have to break a sweat and roll his sleeves up. Tonight he was just a smooth. I mean, he's an all-time great, and it showed. He put that work in tonight. One thing I really liked was actually JJ. I think it was it the third quarter or was it the second quarter? I think it's second quarter where LeBron thought he got fouled and he got ticked off and then came down again and then tried to do the little, I don't know what you call it, you know, try to swipe under and draw a foul, catch somebody reaching. I think it was marketing, and he didn't get that call. And then he really started throwing a tantrum, and JJ took him out. I'm pretty sure he took him out of the game. You know, it's like, come on, man, you're wrecking the game. You know, he quit getting back on defense. And you think about it, I mean, why are you missing these calls? The referee, I mean, it's right there in front of, it's right in front of you. I mean, I mean, he could, you know, bone contusion on the forearm type foul, and it's like, I didn't see it. Nah, come on, man. You know, but in the meantime, he didn't get the call, and LeBron got frustrated, and he was basically pulling the team down because, you know, Utah came down, hits a three, then they come back and get another. I think it was a layup. And they just, that helped start their run. And JJ cooled him off. He was playing a great game until that incident. JJ pulled him, cooled him off, and it was back to business after that. So fantastic call by JJ on that. The defense, I mean, look how many people, the Lakers, I mean, you could say, okay, the Lakers haven't beat anybody with all their players, good teams with all their players. Look at the Lakers, man. They had everybody is out, injured. I mean, they got, what, is it 7? I mean, Vando hasn't suited up for one game this year, So very impressive defensive effort, In my mind, Nate McMillan got busy, He got on his guys. I mean, they were locking up considering, I mean, Utah did shoot, I think they shot 50% from the field for the game, which you're like, okay, well, they shot, how can you say they locked up if Utah shot so well? But, I mean, it didn't, I mean, it felt like, because a lot of times, with me, it's like feel, what do you feel? You can lock up people and they just hit shots. I mean, these guys are pros, it just is what it is. Utah's at home, Colin Sexton is a maniac, man. I mean, he didn't have a great game. He didn't have a high scoring game. I actually saw him play in high school. I saw him play in an AAU tournament. I was like, who is this guy, man? I mean, he was just going berserk. And some of the I don't want to call it wild or crazy, but he was just, his bag, his creativity was at an all-time extreme. Like, I've seen a lot of guys that were future pros, and you see him play, but Sexton has something different. He goes into it a little bit in the NBA, but just his creativity. And when I saw him play in high school, you talk about a green light. And so he just puts that pressure whole game. He might have had an accidental assist. Other than that, he was just bringing it. Putting that pressure on. Utah actually played. That's about as good as they can play, to be honest. I won't get into it here. I'm trying to keep the videos short. Went in my first two videos. I went kind of long with those, just laying groundwork for what it is I'm trying to do. I actually try to explain to little brother in the comment section what I do. It's actually a light explanation, even then. But the whole goal is, if you look at the Lakers, I personally don't think they were going to win the championship this year, or even come close. No disrespect to anybody, but that's just, So, so the reason to start this channel was a challenge. It's kind of, it's like, you have this pro team. All these guys, they know what they're doing. You have all-time greats on the team. This is net. Why would they listen to some guy on the internet? And so I'm basically setting myself up to be the laughing stock, at least right now. I've been there before, but that's what I do is, I look for challenges, and then when people get to run their mouth, all that stuff, want to talk crazy. I'm not saying little brother was at all, but I'm just saying that I've been through situations, and then that's when me personally, I start shutting people down. Kind of, okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. And so all it is, once again, if you happen to find out about this channel, and you're with the Lakers in any capacity, if you take the things that I say and incorporate them, they work. I told little brother the stuff works like magic. I've been doing what I do a long time. I just never did it on the internet. I have different ways. I've been doing it, 25 years. Crazy resume. At least right now, I'm not going to say what it was or where I did it, but the whole key, the challenge is to always take the underdog, or take the team that's not going to win, and see if you can, change the circumstances. I'm not into bragging much to my own horn, but facts are facts. I am not good at this. I'm great at it. But part of the thing with it, like I said, you don't put everything up front. You don't sit there and tell everything up front and then it's be like, all right, do your thing. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I know all the angles. I know the strategies, the psychology of it. The term I use is little by little. You just do little by little. And so, and of course, part of it is if you're a coach and somebody comes up and asks you like, hey, are you listening to this guy on the internet? The coach is supposed to say, you what? You're supposed to deny all charges. The internet, I don't even watch YouTube. That's what you're supposed to do. Players, But, that's just me just dropping a little something just to help people understand really what this channel is about. It's not, I'm not really, what I do, I'm not into going play-by-play, and I'm not into, giving a full recap, on every little thing that happened. I have little points that I touch on that impact winning and, impact your team going forward if you incorporate. That's really what it is. And so for me, it's not, once again, to reiterate, it's not just for the Lakers, but it's for LeBron. LeBron wants to be the greatest player of all time. My thing is, what I want to do is help him become the best player that he can. And then, of course, everybody will always have their own opinion. But I think part of what the challenge is with LeBron is he knows so much. Like I remember a story that Gilbert Arenas said. He said when LeBron was young, he said he went to his house, I believe, and he said LeBron is like literally watching like 6 games at the same time. Way back then, he has incredible basketball intelligence. And when you have that kind of intelligence, you study everything. You have 20 plus years playing professional basketball. You have championships, MVPs, all that stuff. What can anybody say to him, really? Are you going to come up and say, well, he's going to tell you to buzz off, But, and also it's like, you can just come up and be like, well, you didn't do this. You didn't, if you have anything to say with LeBron, you better know what you're talking about. And so basically that means I know what I'm talking about. No, I'm not, I really know. And I have history with LeBron. And it does, it's not, I've never met him, I've never talked to him, but I've helped him out in the past. Like I said, I have my ways. I won't really get into it, at least not right now. But I'm pretty sure he knows. If he finds out about this, he knows. He knows. And so, so I want to help LeBron. I also want to help Bronny. I just think he's a young man that is, he has, he's been involved, since the day he was born. In the basketball world. But, have you ever seen anybody with this much pressure heaped on them? Before Bronny, it was, for me, it was Lonzo Ball. They're just on his head. And it's like, Lonzo hasn't done anything to anybody. And they're on his head like that. It's unbelievable. And so it's the same with Bronny, but even worse, So for me, I have things for Bronny. I know how to mold him. Like it's different from, basketball development. It's different. The way I do things is different, I give you the game. I give you big game, big game, and it works fast too. It's not like you gotta, develop 2 years working on my jumper and all. It's not that. It's something different, but it's fast. It's extremely effective. And so I'll probably start with my first Bronny video sometime this week. And like I said, all it is if these guys catch wind of it and just watch and incorporate, they probably already have. You never know. I only have 2 videos, I think a total of 18 views? But all it takes is one time. One assistant coach, he's bored, flipping through the internet, flipping through YouTube, and he sees this and like, what's this? Just hit the play button. That's all you gotta do, and it's on and popping. Bronny, all you gotta do is when I put the videos out, first one, if he finds it, watch it, and of course it's a choice. You can do it or not. You can just watch the first minute and be like, this dude's crazy. Boom, cut it off. cool. Or play the video, be like, let me give it a shot. If you give it a shot, it's going to work. There's no I think it is or anything like that. I don't waste people's time. I take it very seriously what I do. I'm not even gonna open my mouth if I haven't researched and studied for hours and hours and weeks and months and years. I don't play like that. It's serious business, So, so to help Bronny, and then just in general, just basketball stuff that I see, I'll make videos. I've been watching my boys, the Warriors. They've been taking a couple losses here and there. Steph's knees are aching. He didn't look engaged last night. So, stuff like that, I just see stuff around the league. I was watching Ja earlier tonight. I watched the Celtics. Tatum and Brown, that darn Al Horford. Man, Al Horford is the bomb. I love Al Horford. I don't like him, but I love him. You know what I mean? I watch everything, everything around the league. That's about it. I'm just rambling now. King James, step your shoe game up. Have you seen James Harden's new? He wore those black ones the other night. Cold, man. Those are the coldest shoes out right now. And of course, Devin Booker. He had his. I think those orange ones with the blue. Cold. I'll put pictures up. Maybe not on this video, but King James, step your game up. All right, I'm out.